juice? Who's got the juice? Smooth.
God damn it, kids, I goddamn love this goddamn series. Oh, Uncharted, how do I love thee? This is a series that I have loved since the get-go. It came to me at a time where I was really lacking adventure. I mean, I have always adored the Tomb Raider series. Lara Croft is like my biggest role model ever, and she has been since I was a kid. And you had releases from Tomb Raider such as Legendary and like Anniversary and things like that, but you know, there wasn't really much of a fresh, or it was a bit quiet for her at one point, and I was really lacking that adventure. But then when the PS3 came along, we were presented with Uncharted. I can't remember if this was the first game I played or if it was MGS4 on the PS3. I can't remember which order I played it in, but my god did it impress me when I first played it. I mean, I loved how this game looked, how it played, how I loved the characters, the music, the adventure, everything I adored about this game at the time. And it completely blew me away. In fact, this whole series has blown me away. They've all just improved and improved and improved, looking better, having better character development, having better adventures and things like that. I know there are some debates whether like the characters, this, that and the other, but for me anyway, they've always seemed to develop on each other, develop on themselves, and oh, I just love this series so much. This whole series has made me laugh, cry, be intense, be excited, be really, really intense, and heck, I've even been scared of it at some point. I mean, I think the biggest example of when I was scared is in Uncharted 1. By the way, spoilers are coming up in case you didn't realise. But when you go into the dungeony bit or the caves or something, and you're with the Spaniards and you're going through all the tunnels and they just sort of run about being all like and stuff. I can't remember exactly what they were like, but that moment terrified me. I mean, I didn't play the game for a good old few days after that. It really did scare me. All of the adventures in this series, throughout the whole thing, I have loved all of them. They make me want to go out and do my own exploring, learn new things, meet new people, learn things from them and go out and find my own treasures. In fact, I've even got my own coin collection, which I started when I was very young. God knows what sort of random stuff's in there. I'm looking at the cupboard because I know they're exactly in there. But I just love looking at them and thinking, oh, I wonder where did these come from, this, that and the other. And when I'm playing the game, whenever I find a treasure, I always go, aha, treasure! We must go looking for treasure! I just freaking love the adventure in this game. Or series. One day in my life, I would love to go to Africa or something like that and just explore, or just like not do the typical touristy things, but just explore areas, learn new things, learn things about different cultures and all of that, just so I can go on a massive adventure. And it's gonna be really bad, but just feel like a treasure hunter and an explorer. I would love to be able to do that, and one day I do hope to achieve it, but money and whatnot. Heck, even if I go to a woods I've never been to before, I will always just walk around and pretend as if I'm exploring new ruins or there's secrets to be had, this, that and the other. And I will just feel like a true explorer. While everyone's looking at me really weirdly, I will just go off on my own little adventure in these woods and just have a blooming great time. And I also absolutely freaking love climbing trees. I mean, one time I climbed a tree and I fell back down it and I got a massive graze down my arm, but I didn't care. I was in Nathan Drake mode. I was like, oh, it's only a scratch, it's fine, and deep down it looked like a massive zombie wound, and my friends were like, ah! And then whenever you do go on these, like, let's say climbing adventures, whatnot, I'm sure I'm not the only one who does this, but you will end up humming the Nathan Drake or the whole Uncharted theme tune in your head, because it's such a great flipping theme tune. You're just there climbing, being like, doo, 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 doo. That was my best climbing, improvised miming moment, let's say. I'm not gonna do a whole miming sketch for you. It's just a juicy treat. This isn't miming Legoo. I don't know what that is either. But linking back to feeling as if you're in an adventure and pretending to be like Nathan Drake, I think there's an element in all of the characters we all wish to be. Whether we want to be as witty as Drake or as beautiful as Victor Sullivan. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't do this video anymore and not talk about my love for Victor goddamn Sullivan. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about this character that I love so goddamn much. In fact, I think it's everything. I know he's like 60 years old, but no, I can't justify myself, but I don't know what it is. You know when you just have a certain connection with certain characters? This is just, he is my #1 boyfriend in gaming. He is my man. He always has been since I first met him in Uncharted 1. He was a lot younger then, so I'm going to say that's fine. Oh god, please don't judge me. But I absolutely adore this character. I love his goddamn attitude, his voice, his appearance, just... I just love him, okay? I could talk about this guy and just mutter and splutter about him for ages. Oh my god, I just love him so much. And don't get me started on a certain instant in 3. I'm not going to say what happens, as I want you to experience this for yourself, but there was one moment in 3 with this character that I couldn't handle it. I was in tears, and I don't think anyone else was in tears. I feel as if it was literally just me, but I was really emotional at this certain part, and James looked at me really weirdly, and I just got really emotional, and Sally, don't you ever do that to me again. You made me really sad, and then other things happened, and you just kicked me in the teeth, you bastard. But it's not only Sully that I love all of the characters. I absolutely love playing as Drake. His sense of humour, his attitude, just the way he plays, he's like a superhero, just climbing on, or a superhuman, let's say. He doesn't have superpowers, but just being able to find any surface and find a way to climb on it. It's so much fun to play as. He's like a little monkey, and let's not lie, he's a pretty good looking guy. But the thing is about him is that it's not his looks that make him so appealing to me, it's his personality. It's really his personality to me that shines. He could look like anything, but if it wasn't for his personality, I wouldn't be as connected to this character as I am. I just love Drake. He's so much fun to play as. I also think Elaine is a complete and utter badass. You know, like in the first game, she's like a really uptight and pretty stingy, well not stingy, but she's very like a sort of journalist, let's say, and whatnot. And then to see her progress and become stronger and become more badass as a treasure hunter, and being able to see her take care of herself rather than just being this journalist behind a camera, it's really badass to see her character develop. And I especially love it in 4, seeing her and Drake's relationship, and because it feels more down to earth, it feels much more human, much more to the heart and everything. And she's just seeing her character develop and her and Nate's relationship develop. It really is great to see. I absolutely love their relationship. They're like the ultimate power couple. They are serious relationship goals. Another character that I quite like is Chloe. I mean, I know some people are like, oh, Chloe, she's there just like, oh, hello, boys. How are you doing, boys? Hello, look at me with my amazing hips, and I've got boobs, so, you know, how's it going, boys? But I don't know, this never really bugged me in the game. It never bugged me with her character. I always had fun seeing her, and she had a good sense of humour. She was pretty badass. She could take care of herself. But the only thing about her that really did bug me was her freaking eyes. I mean, her eyes are not realistic at all. Like, you look at them and I swear they're made of glass. They just reflect, and they're shimmering, and they're not human at all. Every other character's fine. It's just her eyes. I don't know if they're too big, or they're too shiny, or they're too reflective, but I don't know, her eyes, I can just never keep my eyes off her eyes. They bug me so much. And another character that really stood out to me in this series is Sam. I mean, he was introduced in Uncharted 4, and I think he is the perfect fit for having Nathan Drake's brother. I mean, I can't now imagine Nathan Drake having a brother any different. I think their relationship's really good. I love Sam, I love his humour, I love the way he was designed. He's voiced by Troy Baker, which is absolutely freaking great. To see him and Nolan North together, it's just so awesome and epic to see. They really have like a brotherly relationship. And because when I played the game at first, or when I saw the trailers, I thought Sam was going to be that character who you didn't like, but you were all rooting for Drake. But I didn't get that at all with Sam. I thought he was absolutely great. I really, like, I saw him become, let's say, power obsessed, this, that and the other, and I could really see where it was heading, but and I got really emotional about his character at one point near the end. I'm not going to say what, in case, you know, you intend on playing this game, but I really like Sam, okay? I got really connected to him. I thought it was really epic. However, one thing I do have to nitpick about this game is that the villains are never really that good. I mean, none of them have really stood out to me apart from Uncharted 2, when you've got the power-craved lunatic going, Drake! He's freaking great. He's such a laugh. I mean, he's my favourite villain in the Uncharted series. But I mean, in Uncharted 3, you've got a lady who's there like, hello, Drake. I have known you since you were a little worm in the rats and in the streets of the city, and I'm going to take this thing because you don't deserve it, because you're just like a little rat and a rodent in the streets. Yeah, she was okay, but not like Drake! And then in Uncharted 4 you got Rafe, and he was just like a rich boy, you know, sort of like rich boy trying to get fame and not just be a rich boy, which was okay, but it's still not Drake! I'm sorry. I just really love the villain in 2. But the villains in the rest of the series just aren't that memorable, I'm afraid. That's the only nitpick, but I can accept it because the adventure and the heroes in this game and like seeing, like, they make up for it. They make up for the lacking villains. Well, not the lacking villains, because there's a lot of villains, but you know, the lack of character in the villains. That's a good way of putting it. But this series has also absolutely blown me away with the visuals. I mean, from 1 all the way through to 4, I have always freaking loved them. And they get better as they go on. I mean, looking back on 1, it's really good for like a starter PS3 game, but you know, the visuals, they're good, don't get me wrong. But as you go through them, you can see they've developed, if that makes sense. You can see how much they've progressed. And I was especially really impressed with Uncharted 4. I mean, I know it's the PS4, so it's just graphically more advanced, but it's just so gorgeous, it's so stunning. The areas, going into Madagascar, going into the pirate caves, it looks absolutely blooming gorgeous. And the water in the Uncharted 4, it looks so gorgeous. The visuals. So if you want to go on an epic adventure, going on something as close to Tomb Raider related as possible, but still having a really good time, having a good laugh, being intense and everything, I can't recommend the Uncharted series enough. I mean, especially if you love the Tomb Raider series, I think you'll really enjoy this one. I know some people are like, oh no, it's not as good as Tomb Raider and whatnot, but for me, I highly recommend this series, and honestly, just go have an adventure with it. It's a great laugh, it's great fun. Well, it's not a great laugh, it's intense, but it's great fun. You will have a great time, and tell me all your goddamn thoughts about this game. Tell me all your goddamn experiences. I want to hear them, because I goddamn love this series, and I hope you do too. Also, the Crash Bandicoot reference in Uncharted 4, it got me deep. The feelings were real. It got me real deep. Heck, even skater boys skating down my road. Hashtag skater boys. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about this character that I love so goddamn much. I know he's 60 years old, but skater boys. There are skater boys doing skater things. Skater boys.